Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from Latestly.
People are pitting Bollywood against South. What has gone wrong?
Not worry about what is happening. And that is what is, so cinema is life in that sense. I think we've known Chiranjeevi, we know Nagarjun, we've known all the stars, we know Rajnikant, we know Kamal Hassan. So it is fear, thrill and erotica.
Right.
So cinema started with that actually.
Yeah.
And then it went on to other things. Storytelling in that sense has not changed. It is the tools that change. And when the tools come in, you are too excited to explore those tools, and then you realize you don't even need the tools.
Just before coming to this interview, many were asking me, how would you encapsulate the concept of this one? It's a quite hatke title, Cinema Marte Dum Tak, and I would say it's a celebration of sleaze and spook in joyously unfiltered way. Vasan Bala, thank you so much for joining us first of all on Latestly. Did I capture it right by saying that? Or do you have a different variation of that definition?
No, I mean, it includes all that, but it is cinema as whole.
Correct.
And which includes everything,
Yeah.
all forms of expression.
Yeah.
So that is what was probably, our attempt.
And what was running through your head before coming on, before this concept really took shape and germinated? What was running through your head?
Nothing that, something like this needs to be addressed in the mainstream, and a conversation around them can also happen in the mainstream. Obviously, there are many forums online, Facebook pages also, which discuss this certain underbelly of cinema, the pulp cinema that is.
True.
So there are these discussions that are going on, but we just thought, why not address it even on a mainstream platform?
Absolutely.
So, and Amazon came in as the greatest partners, and Vice was really like the mastermind of all
And
this.
how long did it take to get the concept evolved?
I think we started the conversation somewhere around in 2019, mid 2019. Then obviously pandemic happened, the lockdowns happened. So we went through all that,
Right.
and finally we are here.
And when you talk about platform as big as Prime Video, what was it like? I mean, does it fit the bill according to the concept you had in your head?
Does it? I mean, they are a great platform.
Absolutely.
They've been doing great work.
Yeah.
So them accepting us with open arms was the biggest deal.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the other way around as to us choosing them, but when it seemed mutual and the love and the warmth seemed mutual, and the ideas also kind of gelled in unison. So we couldn't have asked for any better partners.
What is cinema for you? I mean, someone who's been associated with making for so long in terms of concept generation, ideation, execution, what is cinema for you and how it has impacted you to be able to come up with an idea as quirky as this one?
So as cliche as it might sound, cinema is life. It was a safe space for me when I was growing up, when I was not able to understand what to do or how to process every day or even life. So it was a safe space for me to kind of escape and dream and just not worry about what is happening. And that is what is, so cinema is life in that sense, however cliche it sounds.
With the constant evolution of cinema in terms of the way it is consumed and how the audience is exposed to a variety of cinema the world over, as a maker, how do you see that shift? Has therefore definition of cinema viewing, perhaps accepting and evolving with it, perhaps critiquing changed as per your opinion?
I think cinema as a larger concept, I think we move in cycles rather than in a straight line. I think even you would be shocked as to the kind of cinema that was being accepted probably even 100 years ago.
True.
So cinema in that sense, when Edison also started rolling his own cameras, he would shoot bodybuilders and he would shoot erotica. So it started, and the first time people experienced the power of cinema was when they saw a train coming towards them on the screen. So it is fear, thrill and erotica.
Right.
So cinema started with that actually.
Yeah.
And then it went on to other things. So the audiences have been the same, the makers have been the same, we've just been running around in circles. And here we find ourselves again, the only difference is the mediums that have expanded. Otherwise, we as people, we keep exploring the same things. Every generation has to.
Any particular movie, any particular production, any particular idea that stuck with you for a very long time that you had to show in this one, that kind of influenced you to be able to portray the quirkiness that we see in this one?
Yeah. So I think the primary idea of this show is not me. The primary idea of the show is the makers. So the entire team, we all took a couple of steps back because they need to be in the foreground. It is not us.
Right.
It is not my voice. It is not my judgment. It is not my perspective. It is them. So I think they were in the foreground, and people should experience Jay Neelam, Kishan Shah, Vinod Talwar, and Dilip Gulati, and also the other people, Hemant Birje, and so many others who were there. So it was hardly about us or about me or my team as the perspective.
Did you have apprehension in your head, given the subject, given the quirkiness of this one? It could have gone any way had it not been executed the way it has been executed. So did you have double thoughts in your head?
No, we never had double thoughts in our heads. We were very clear that we were going in with a very empathetic lens. We were going in with a lot of love and complete non-judgment. So those things were very clear. So I think, how it will be accepted, that obviously you keep thinking and worrying about. But you can't do much about it. You will keep worrying about it. But what the show is, there was never a doubt.
How do you see your personal journey as a maker? I mean, you're on a roll, so to speak. Different subjects being handled differently. How do you see that?
In future also, the stories that I'm making, just make it with that innocence. Hopefully nothing turns into a project, but everything is the story and the film and the expression. So if it is about all these things, then maybe it'll go on for a while, and how do you retain probably the freshness.
Yeah, then the logical extension of that question would be, how would you see the constant evolution of storytelling, how it has changed over the years?
I think even if you storytelling in that sense has not changed. It is the tools that change. And when the tools come in, you are too excited to explore those tools, and then you realize you don't even need the tools.
Yeah.
So I think whenever there is new technology, it's the technology that you think is the evolution in storytelling. Yeah. Storytelling never changes. It is about relationships, it is about people, and it is about their journey. That will always remain the same.
And are the makers also conscious of the medium they handle? I'm asking this question because if you see the way the projects are being dished out on OTT, episodic, capsule by capsule, in order to get the audience hooked, you have to have that hook in the end of every episode. Does that make you conscious as a maker when you come on board as a maker?
So when people come in with these structures at diktats, then it's a problem. But when you kind of evolve with the story together and the story leads to a certain structure, you can be mindful of the structure, but then them as diktats, it becomes a little problematic because then the rules of engagement become more than the story. That's the problem. But when they are almost at an equal footing, then it's great for the series. Then it's great for the storytelling. So I think that is the space where the makers, the producers, if they all can come on the same page, then we can flow better. And mostly we try and do that only.
Yeah, and this is a stock question.
Yeah.
People are pitting Bollywood against South. What has gone wrong for Hindi filmmakers, Bollywood filmmakers, that South people are doing right?
Nothing. Yeah, I think as long as I remember, Ek Duji Ke Liye worked, Apu Raja worked, Nayakan a lot of people saw. So Roja a lot of people saw. Dil Se Bombay a lot of people saw. A lot of people knew Humse Hai Mukabla.
Yeah.
So it's nothing new. Yeah. I don't know why we are making this as a new thing.
Yeah. Is that even cyclical, as you said? That's narration in the story. It's also a cyclical.
And it's not a new thing at all. Yeah. I mean, as Indian cinema, we have been exposed to all kinds of films within our country at least. So I don't see it as a new thing. I think we've known Chiranjeevi, we know Nagarjun. Yeah. We've known all the stars. We know Rajnikant, we know Kamal Haasan. There has been a healthy cross-pollination. Yes. Andha Kanun, the hero was Rajnikant. Yeah. So, these things have been happening for so many years.
The healthy conversation, therefore, sir, is also the positive conversation is also about how we are going global by being hyper-local. People are telling stories that are rooted. People are telling stories that are very much, so to speak, the DNA of their own culture rather than looking westward, rather than looking at what is happening in California or New York. People are very much interested in looking at our own villages and our own stories and culture. How do you view that change?
I think that's probably the best way to go about anything, is trying to be yourself. And you know, that will be probably be an expression that will travel around the globe, because people understand personal emotions. But when you're trying to be something that you're not, obviously it won't fall in place. You'll be caught. And cinema is a medium, is very sharp in the sense people will catch on to things that are pushed to them.
Right.
They'll accept only the things that they want to accept.
Right.
So and something fresh, something local, something personal, it does resonate. So I think which is where being grounded kind of helps you to reach out to a better audience, or at least being true to yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely.
More than all this, just try and be true to yourself. Then maybe you might just connect with people.
And when you see the world map, do you feel that India has found its feet? We are very much confident about our own makers and our own making.
Which we always have been. I mean, we've had K. Asif, Mehboob Khan, we've had Gurudutt, we've had Raj Kapoor.
Absolutely.
We've had the greatest makers, yeah, Manmohan Desai to everyone. So I don't, Vijay Anand, I don't think we ever had a dearth of great voices,
Makers,
great
yeah.
filmmaking. It's always been around. Yeah.
My last question, what you had set out to achieve when this particular idea was running across your head, and have you achieved what you wanted to achieve, apart from the entertainment quotient that we were talking about earlier?
I think the empathy is what which got retained, and people are also feeling. I think that is a big victory. Wherein I mean, obviously there can be multiple opinions of how anyone has conducted themselves over a period of time, or what the culture was during that time. But kind of seeing everyone as humans and not as grades of filmmaking, I think that is that is probably the victory of the show for us.
Perhaps also looking at ourselves in a light-hearted way, and the ability to laugh at our own selves. Should that also be celebrated? Is that the message loud and clear?
I think the message is that cinema is a great equalizer. Once you want to tell a story, you're a filmmaker.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter if you're shooting it as home video, you're shooting it for the big screen, or you're shooting it for anything. Once you're a storyteller and you're using the camera as a medium, then you're a filmmaker.
I hope you continue to tell us stories that are as interesting and engaging as these ones. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.